Have you ever found yourself reaching for your phone without even thinking? Or snacking late at night when you're not even hungry? Or telling yourself, just one more episode, even though it's already 1 a.m.? You're not lazy, you're not weak, you're human, and your brain is running a loop you didn't consciously design. Bad habits feel automatic because they are. They've been wired into your brain through repetition and emotional rewards over weeks, months, or even years. And here's the harsh truth. You can't break bad habits with willpower alone, because willpower fades, but systems stick. In this video, I'll show you exactly how bad habits are formed, and more importantly, how to break them without burning out. This isn't about guilt. It's about replacing broken loops with better ones, one small step at a time. Let's get into it. Let's be honest. Breaking a bad habit feels like trying to swim upstream. No matter how hard you try, something keeps pulling you back. Here's why. Your brain doesn't care if a habit is good or bad. It only cares if it's rewarding. Every bad habit, whether it's scrolling endlessly, biting your nails, or procrastinating, started because it gave you something, a dopamine hit, a sense of comfort, an escape. Over time, your brain associated a trigger, like boredom or stress, with a routine, like scrolling or snacking, and got a reward, like distraction or relief. Now, it runs on autopilot. This is why willpower fails. You're not just fighting a behavior, you're fighting a neurological loop that your brain thinks is helpful. And here's the worst part. The more you try to just stop, the more tension you feel, and the more likely you are to fall back in. But here's the good news. You don't need to stop the habit. You need to understand and rewire it. And that starts by learning how these loops actually work, so you can break them from the inside out. Let me show you how. Your brain is constantly trying to be efficient. It's designed to automate anything you repeat often, so it doesn't have to think about it next time. That's why tying your shoes feels automatic. And unfortunately, so does checking your phone every 5 minutes. Every habit, good or bad, follows a predictable neurological loop. Cue, a trigger. It could be a feeling like stress, a time of day, or a location. Routine, the action you take in response. Reward, the benefit your brain receives. This could be relief, stimulation, or escape. Let's say you're feeling stressed. Cue. You grab a snack or open Instagram. Routine. You feel distracted or comforted. Reward. Your brain says, that worked, let's do it again. Over time, this loop becomes automatic. The key insight, your brain isn't addicted to the habit, it's addicted to the reward. If you want to break a bad habit, you don't need to break the whole loop. You just need to interrupt it and redirect it. In the next part, I'll show you how to do that by replacing the routine, not resisting it. Here's a powerful truth. You can't erase a bad habit. You can only replace it. Trying to just stop a habit is like trying to hold your breath forever. Eventually, you snap and go right back to the old routine. Why? Because the cue and craving are still there. But what if, instead of resisting the habit, you redirected it? Let's go back to the habit loop. Cue, feel bored. Routine, scroll TikTok, reward, feel stimulated. If you remove scrolling, the boredom still needs relief, so your brain will look for something else. But if you plan ahead and say, when I feel bored, I'll stretch for 60 seconds or walk around the room, you're giving your brain a new routine that still satisfies the reward. This is called habit substitution, and it's one of the most effective ways to rewire your brain. Start by identifying what triggers the habit, what reward you're actually getting. A better routine that provides a similar reward. You don't need to fight the habit. You just need to offer your brain a better deal. Next, I'll give you a step-by-step method to make this work. Let's break this down into something you can actually use, starting today. Here's the habit replacement formula, a simple 3-step method to break bad habits and build better ones in their place. Step 1. Identify the cue. Ask yourself, when does this habit happen? What triggers it? Is it stress, boredom, a certain time of day, a place? Awareness is the first step. You can't change what you don't notice. Step 2. Replace the routine. Instead of trying to stop the habit cold turkey, Swap it for something healthier that gives a similar feeling. Example: Q, feeling anxious. Old routine, biting nails. New routine, taking 3 deep breaths or squeezing a stress ball. Step 3, keep the reward. Your brain is chasing a reward. Make sure your new habit still satisfies that craving. If your old habit gave relief or stimulation, your new habit should too, even in a small way. Consistency is key. The more often you replace the old loop, the weaker it becomes, and the stronger the new one gets. In the next part, I'll share a relatable story of someone who did this and how it transformed their daily life. Meet Sarah. She's a graphic designer who used to scroll Instagram for hours every night before bed. She knew it was ruining her sleep. She told herself, "I'll stop tomorrow." But tomorrow always looked the same. What changed? One night, instead of fighting the urge, she decided to observe it. She noticed the cue. She felt mentally drained after work. The routine. She'd lie in bed, grab her phone, and scroll endlessly. The reward, she felt relaxed, like she was escaping the day. But instead of quitting cold turkey, she made a small shift. She kept her phone in another room and placed a Kindle on her nightstand. When the urge hit, she opened a book, not social media. At first it was uncomfortable, but after a week, she noticed something. She fell asleep faster, she woke up more refreshed, and she looked forward to her quiet reading time. Her brain still got the reward, relaxation, just from a better routine. Breaking bad habits isn't about being stronger, it's about being smarter, like Sarah. If you're serious about breaking a bad habit, here's one of the most powerful tools you can use: the Bad Habit Journal. It's simple, but incredibly effective. Why? Because it turns your invisible habits into something you can actually see and change. Here's how to use it. Every time you catch yourself doing the habit or feeling the urge, write down: what was the trigger? Time, emotion, location, person. What action did you take? What were you feeling before and after? What could you try instead next time? Let's say you write Q. Felt overwhelmed at work. Routine. Opened YouTube and lost 45 minutes. Reward. Felt distracted, but more stressed afterward. New routine idea. Step outside for 2 minutes. Breathe. This is how change starts. Not with guilt or shame, but with clarity. You'll begin to spot patterns you never noticed before. And once you see them, you can start replacing them intentionally. Start with just one habit. Track it for 7 days. You'll be amazed at what you discover. Now that you know how bad habits form and how to break them, it's time to put it into action. Here's your 7-day challenge. Pick one bad habit you want to change. It could be procrastinating, late night scrolling, nail biting, snacking when bored, whatever feels most important to you. Then grab a notebook or start a note in your phone and create your own bad habit journal. For the next 7 days, write down every time that habit shows up. What triggered it? What did you do? What were you really craving? What can you try instead next time? Start small. Don't try to fix everything. Just focus on awareness and replacement, one loop at a time. Remember, you don't need more willpower. You need a better system and a new reward. In the comments, share what habit you're working on and what new routine you're trying. You might inspire someone else to change too. And if this helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the next video in this series, where we'll talk about how to build keystone habits that transform your entire life.